Okay, what's up, everybody? Okay. I'm gonna tell you about the worst date I've ever been on. But first, I got a new camera. So, I'm literally making this video because I want to use the camera. And I'm like, what can I do? And I couldn't think of nothing. I was like, worst date ever. So, literally, this is the worst date I've ever been on. Won't be using any names because I don't want to. Yeah, if something blows up, I don't want that person to get a lot of hate. But, and yeah, I'm in my apartment. I was going to go longboarding and it's hot. And then I was like, I don't want to drop and break my new camera. So anyway, worst date I've ever been on. So we met on Tinder. This is not my wife. This is way before my wife. But we met on Tinder. And we matched and we started talking, right? Yeah. Happy ever after. No, just kidding. But seriously, so we start talking and I ask her, hey, you want to go on a date with me? And she's like, yeah, I'd love to. I'm like, cool. And so I'm like, I can pick you up. I was like, do you like bowling? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. I love bowling. So bowling it is, right? Right? That's what I think at least. Yeah. So one day before the date, she texts me and she's like, hey, is it okay if we don't go bowling? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Like, what did you have in mind? And so she's like, well, I was thinking my friends got tickets to a baseball game. I'm not mentioning no names, so you don't know where it's at. Got tickets to a baseball game. And I'm like, I'm not a big fan of baseball, but I'm like, yeah, that sounds great, right? Just trying to be nice and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, that's great. Let's go to a baseball game. And she's like, yeah, so is it okay if we go on a double date with my friends to a baseball game? And I'm like, all right, that's fine. Day of the date, but not time of the date. She texts me and she goes, hey, is it okay instead of you picking me up, can I pick you up? I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, go ahead. Sure. So she's like, cool, send me your address. So I send her my address. And she's like, all right, I'm on my way. I'm like, cool, right? I get good, get some deodorant, get some cologne, get all smelling good. I'm looking good. I'm just saying, I was looking good. So this is where things took a turn for the worst. She gets there, she texts me and she's like, hey, I'm outside. So I'm like, all right, I'm on my way. I open the door and I sit down. And this girl is ready to pop. Like, I don't mean 9 months pregnant. She's probably like 15 months pregnant. Like, and don't get me wrong. If she would have let me know in advance and been like, hey, just so you know, I am pregnant, I would have been like, okay, cool. But it's like biting into an apple, expecting it to be an orange. It's not bad. It's just not what you were expecting it to be. So anyway, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh. And so I didn't really know what to say. My mind went blank. And I'm like, all right, it's fine. So we go on the date. We get to the stadium. I almost said the name. We get to the stadium and I'm like, cool. Like, all right, well, we're here. And she's like, hey, my friends are over here. So I'm like, all right, well, we get some snacks and popcorn and stuff. Go meet up with her friends. From the second we got to with her friends, to the second we left, she did not talk to me. Like, she was just yapping with her friends, but I was completely ignored. I was like, some date, right? And then I'm like sitting there. And so in my head, I'm thinking, this girl's just not interested in me. Because what else am I supposed to think, right? So I'm like, cool. She's just not interested in me. She just wants to do her own thing and everything, which is fine. I'm like, it's cool. Like, I kind of wasn't interested in her as the day went on because things that were said and things that were done and things that were unexpected, I just was kind of like not feeling her anyway. So I was like, cool, it is what it is. So we finished it up. She took me home. And then I get a text and she's like, I had a lovely time with you. Would you like to go on a second date? You had a lovely time with who? Not with me? You weren't even talking to me. Like, you were literally with your friends the whole time. It is what it is, but I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks. Like, anyway, that is the worst date I've ever been on. Nothing personal, to each their own. It just was not what I was expecting at all, in the slightest, at all. So anyway, that is just my worst date. I mean, if you guys have a worst date, please drop it in the comments. I will read it, and because I can always use a laugh. Laughs are fun. We got to laugh at the tragedies in our life. So anyway, enjoy your wonderful day. Thanks for listening to my story. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and be a friend. Anyway, in the great words of Chit, do it, lady. All right, have a great one, guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.